Good morning, boils and ghouls. It is Tuesday, December 4th. Yeah, wow. December 4th already. I look like crap because, well, I feel like crap. Yeah, so I look like shit because I feel like shit. Actually, in the video that I'm uploading right now as we speak, which you will have seen long by the time I get this one up, I talk about, very briefly, about my chronic illness kill count, in case you're wondering what that noise is in the background. It's my baby. Anyway, Jesus Christ. In that kill count, I mentioned the words chronic fatigue. I think I mentioned it in one of my first videos as well. But chronic fatigue, or CFS, or ME, which is myalgic encephalomyelitis, to those who may have been diagnosed with that instead. It's pretty much the same thing. Basically means I run out of spoons a lot faster than most. I run out of steam a lot faster than most people do because I don't start with the same amount of spoons or the same amount of steam that a normal person does. And it takes me a lot more to do just very normal, basic things. And I just spent an hour getting my daughter ready and putting her on the bus after a night of very, very restless sleep. And I went out twice on the weekend, and that's not normal for me. I usually try to get everything done all in one day because, well, let's be realistic. I can't not. I have to force myself through that one day and get it all done. Then I went out the other night for my husband's Christmas party, and then I went out the next day, and I'm not by any means saying it's anybody's fault. It's my fault. I chose to go out, and I chose to do these things, and I knew that there were going to be consequences, but sometimes you have to just throw caution to the wind and say, fuck it. Because for people like me, if we never did anything, we'd never live. We'd never leave the house. We'd never do anything. So I went out and I had fun. And now my body is reminding me that sometimes fun can be too much. So in case you're wondering what I feel like during a very massive chronic fatigue episode, in fact, I'm going to lay down because sitting up is becoming cumbersome to me right now. In case you're wondering what's sitting here, this is my iPad over there and my green juice for this morning. I'm only going to drink half of this because I'm still getting used to the concept of green juice. Let's go with that. I like the celery juice, but it's been out of stock since I drank it last, which was like last week. Anyway, I feel like I haven't slept in months. I'm headachy. I ache all over, but I keep getting cramps in my legs mostly, like in my calves. My hips hurt, which has not been normal lately, although I have been having a couple good weeks, and the endo and the adeno can make your hips hurt. But I do find that during chronic fatigue flares, my hips are even more painful. And they've been under control, and now they hurt. My eyes are like burning. My arm is having a really hard time holding my phone up, which is literally what I'm filming with right now, is my phone. I don't even think I'd be able to hold a camera right now, so whatever. I get chills. I'm nauseous. Like, I literally feel like I'm coming down with the flu. Like, a bad case of the flu. And I'm not. This is just how my body responds. On top of that, I literally feel like my entire body is starting to fill up from the bottom up with like lead, and it's just weighing me down, and there's no physical way I will be able to do a lot of physical activity of any kind today. And so today will be a rest day. Not because I'm lazy, not because, you know, I should be doing other things and I should feel guilty for it, or because it's of any other reason than the fact that today is a rest day because it has to be. And I've had to learn over the last 5 years, but especially since my chronic fatigue has gotten really bad, that rest days are necessary. And I have to take more of them, 1, than I used to, and than I usually would, and 2, than most normal people. And so, this is where I will be sitting. I'm going to drink my green juice, take my CBD, hopefully try and stay awake long enough for the upload to complete so that I can actually upload my video and post my link everywhere, and then go back to sleep until I have to get up to eat right before my daughter gets home from school. Because I guarantee you that'll be the first time I eat today, because that'll be the first time that I have energy to do so. So that's great. So I'm going to go do that. And I will check back in with you guys later this afternoon after I've done that and let you know how I'm feeling, so that you know what it's like a day in the life of somebody with, and now I don't have severe chronic fatigue like some do. If you watch like documentaries or other people's videos, like some people literally are so done they can't even put their feet on the floor without collapsing. They literally will just like not be able to formulate or articulate words appropriately because they're literally so exhausted that words cannot, like their brain literally can't function to the point of articulating words. It can get really bad. It's really very scary. And so I hope that in doing this the way that I'm doing it, I'm keeping some form of balance for myself, but nobody really knows. And I have no idea. I'm going to go to sleep now. Or try to. And I'm going to update you guys on what I feel like when I wake up and let you know, so you have a better idea of whether or not sleep really does do a whole heck of a lot for somebody in my situation. I'll let you know how long I slept too and whether or not it was broken sleep. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Okay, so sleep was a fail for a few reasons, but it's no big deal. I'm still waiting for my YouTube video to upload. It's only at 81%. But I also got hungry, which is weird because usually I like just naturally as a person intermittent fast. It's not something that I do like intentionally or on purpose. It's just with my pain and my exhaustion, I usually don't get hungry until around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Today, for some reason, I am hungry. In case you are wondering, I did drink almost half of this, as much of this as I was going to drink today anyway. Yeah, I know the whole point is to drink like the whole thing, but they're not cheap, and this bitch ain't made of money. Plus, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, so I figured I just... it tastes like green juice. I don't know what else to say. It tastes like green juice, but I'm kind of getting used to that now, so for me, it's not like offensive, but for somebody who's not used to it, it might be a bit much. I would start with like not a pure green juice. So like what is in this? So there's green apple, spinach, parsley, cucumber, and ginger. That's all that's in this. It's all organic and it's cold pressed. But I can't taste the apple in there at all. The only thing that I tasted was the cucumber and a little bit of the ginger and the parsley. That was it, really. Like I tasted the greenness of it. So I made myself a breakfast sandwich, egg, no yolk, because I'm very picky about my yolk textures in my sandwiches. That was, oh, good. Sriracha mayo, by the way. So egg whites. And I don't usually, but I needed to bulk it up today, and I know I've been lacking on some things, so I put some breakfast sausage in there. It's not really my favorite, to be honest, but I was kind of craving it, and I rarely eat meat, so when I do, I do. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to eat this while my upload finishes. I'm going to watch some more of Big Mouth, which I finished several times in a row now. I pretty much have it memorized, but you know, whatevs. It's mindless, so it's easy when I'm this exhausted. I'm still feeling very heavy and nauseated and chilled. Like, I turned up my heat after I closed out with you guys earlier. Oh, in case I didn't tell you, it's around 11:15. And I laid down about like 9:05. I turned up the heat. I have, this, but because I have my heating pad. You can't tell because the blanket's white. I have my heating pad on as well because I was so cold. And my ovaries started to hurt. Goddamn thing. Can't wait for that thing to be fucking gone. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling out. It's probably going to take another hour at least for my video, to finish uploading. And then I will upload and I will post and then I will probably nap and I will probably skip lunch because this will be like, this to me is like brunch. So yeah, but if I'm hungry, I will let you guys know what I'm having. It'll probably be my leftover chicken with mushroom sauce from last night from dinner. But yeah, and like I said, don't eat meat a lot, but when I do, I know when I get like this, I have to keep as much energy as I can. So last night we had chicken, but I only ate like less than half a breast because I'm just, I'm so off meat. It's just not, ugh, it doesn't even taste good to me anymore. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And I will check back in with you guys again later.
What's in here?
It is just after it's probably about 4:20 now. Lily is home from school. She still has Halloween candy. Yeah, that's my kid. I'd say I don't know where she gets it from, but I do, because I was the same way. I would literally keep enough candy to get me through to Christmas, knowing that I'd have candy in my stocking, and then I'd ration out my candy from Christmas to Easter, so I'd have candy all year round. So I'm up, clearly. I've been up for a little bit. Posted my video, finally. I slept probably for about, I'd say 2.5-ish hours. Not enough hours at all. Like, look at me. Yeah, I look tired because I feel tired. I still do not feel good. I'm not going to lie. I'm not feeling any better. But we have a project to work on with Lily. And she's going to watch some YouTube, chill out while I figure out which dinner I'm going to make tonight from like the menu that I've picked out. And that's pretty much it. And I will check back in with you before I go to bed and let you know how I'm feeling, what else I've been able to accomplish. But I've legitimately been able to accomplish nothing today. 0. I was supposed to do Lily's laundry. That hasn't happened. Mike's going to have to help me with that when he gets home because I literally do not have the strength in me to lift one basket of laundry. Which I'd have to lift twice. And over a gate, but still, not the point. Thank you, Chronic Fatigue. I super appreciate you. No, I don't. You could be gone anytime now. I'll check in with you guys later. Good evening. Welcome back to the crypt. Literally, it looks like I haven't left it today, but I swear I have, as you saw in my previous clip, because I had to go out to put my daughter on the bus and then pick her up off the bus. Honestly, that was... Oh, and I made food today. You saw that? I did get out of bed, like, twice. Let me tell you, though. The exhaustion's not any better than it was first thing this morning when I came on here. I'm still getting random chills. I'm still stuck under a heating pad, even though I've taken my CBD and all of my other meds. Like, look at how dark my eyes are because of how fucking just exhausted my whole body is. I mean, granted, the lighting in here is shit right now because half of the lighting in my room is off. We're on our way to bed. But that's when I said I'd check back in. So, after I'd got Lily off the bus at 4 and I came back to talk to you guys, I helped her with her homework, and then I helped with dinner as best I could. Then I ate, and by the time that was over, my day was done. My body was done. Like, my body was out of spoons and out of life before she even got on the bus this morning, let alone after the bus and dinner and everything else. There was obviously business discussions that needed to be had between my husband and I, as you know that he works for me. But on top of that, I'm still nauseous, I'm still shaky, and I'm just, that feeling of being drained, the feeling of lead being back in my legs is there, and it's one of my least favorite symptoms. The fact that everything in my body just feels so heavy that, like, even if I really, really wanted to, lifting myself off the bed would be the biggest chore on the face of the planet right now. And it's really shitty. Because before all of this, I was like the Energizer Bunny. Nobody could slow me down. Nothing ever stopped me from anything. And now I have to limit what I do per hour, let alone per day, so that I'm not like this more often than not. And that's really hard, especially for somebody like me who before had literally zero boundaries. I could work 14, 15, 16, 17-hour days, go to bed for 2 hours, go to school the next day for 12 hours, and do another 14-hour day, and not even blink. And then the endo got worse. And then I wore myself out. And now everything together with the adeno and the migraines and everything else, here I am. Barely able to function, and most of the time, if it's not due to pain, it's due to this. I just wanted to shed some light on what it's like to live with chronic fatigue, because it's something that people kind of touch on, but they never really dive into. There are a few documentaries out there and a few, videos, and those are some very severe cases where the people who hit the floor with their feet in order to try and stand up, they're literally so exhausted they seize. I'm not there yet, but it's a possibility, and I don't want that to be a possibility. So that's why I don't beat myself up over requiring rest days, because I don't want to be there. I don't want to be trapped in my own body like that. That's terrifying to me. With everything that I have and everything that I have going on, that alone is one of my biggest fears. So that's another reason too why I would like to shed light on even the lighter cases of it, because maybe if we can get it before it gets that bad, and we can, actually research it and fund properly and get what we need, maybe those people who could become that bad won't ever become that bad. That's my hope. Maybe one day. But I'm going to leave that here for now. As per usual, I'm going to bed. I will probably still be up for several more hours, because my body is an endless cycle of can't sleep at night, have to sleep during the day, can only sleep for a couple of hours during the day, but that's just enough to throw off my balance of sleep at night for me not to be able to sleep at night again. And so I'm exhausted all day, sleep for a couple hours, exhausted at night, still can't sleep. I'm trying to break that habit. I have lots of things to do for that, and I'm attempting all of them. My husband's just over here choking half to death in his sleep. It's pretty normal, actually. But until the pain is properly brought under control, the fatigue itself is just going to keep getting worse. And I know that. So I just felt like this would be something that you guys should see. That isn't necessarily directly pain related, but it is pain associated. But it is bedtime for this witch. I will talk to you guys all next time. I love you. Thank you so much for all of your support. Remember, you are not alone in your fight. Whatever fight it is, you are not alone. I am always here, and every inbox is always open. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time with more tales from the Crypt Keeper. Night.